Okay, so I'm going to start painting both these helmets at the same time. This one on the left, I'm going to do a little bit more heavy of a wear look to it, versus the one on the right, it's just going to look a little bit used. I'm going to use acrylic paints. I'm going to use silver metallic, use a little bit of gunmetal gray metallic, and a little bit of just medium gray metallic, as well as black. The first coat I'm going to put is going to be black. I'm going to use the black to fill in the brow piece, or the mouth piece. And I'm going to use it on all the low points. So I'm going to use it down here in the crease, basically where dirt would build up. Maybe a little bit around some of the edges for like the screw holes a little bit. In the lines. I'm going to fill it in, and just basically any low spot down here where dirt or grime would normally set, like any little corners here, here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the black, do the dirt, the bottom as much as I can, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've put the black on, the one that's going to be a lot more worn. And as you can see I went really heavy with it, not being totally black. Like, it's pretty transparent, but there is a lot of black on here. This entire area is filled in black. And as you see, like on a lot of the corners and things, when going dark on a corner, you want to kind of fill in a little more excess corner. That way it's like build up in the corner. Build up on the edge there, build up in the corner. That way when you come away, there's a lot less. I didn't put any black build up at all on flat parts. I'm going to put a little bit of black after we do everything else, just to give it a little bit of a dirty look. But I've got the brow done, the mouthpiece done. It's just basically, it's supposed to look dirty, with the exception of the big flat parts. This one's not as worn. It's not as dirty. I just hit it a little bit, just to give it a little bit of, like I said, a little worn look. And now I'm going to do some gunmetal gray on the edges, and a little bit here and there in some corner spots, kind of to show, say, the paint wearing off, and a dark primer coat would be underneath it, which is going to be the gunmetal gray. Alright, I'm going to take a second to kind of show what I'm doing. This side's pretty much done. You can see it looks a little scraped up, a little banged up. The light's a little glary. But you can see it almost has a metallic scraped look. What I'm doing is I'm using a foam brush, taking some of the paint, and then just dabbing it to kind of get most of it off and get it even. So I don't have a lot on here, and it's on here really even. And then I'm just dabbing on the corner, on all the high points. And then once I've got it on there, just give it some quick brush strokes, even it out. Now you got some scrape. You want to hit all the high points as well as just brush it along. So just give it kind of a scraped look across the whole thing. Now this isn't going to be the shiniest parts because this is gunmetal, but this just shows kind of like the paint wearing down to its base coat, which would be like the coat that's right behind the paint, which would be a primer or a metal. It's not going to be the actual metal. We'll do that last, but it's kind of an idea how you're doing it. Okay, I put gunmetal on this one along all the high points. Wiped it around a whole lot just to make it look a little more dirty and roughed up. Put it on the face piece. Pretty much everywhere. Now I'm going to go with a medium gray just to kind of dirty it up and even it out a little bit. And this one, grab that. Thank you. I didn't do anything to the face. Very light amount on the edges. Just enough to give it a little bit of color. Because this is only going to be a little, like I said, worn. So I'm going to go with the gunmetal gray now. And I'm only going to go gunmetal gray on this one because this is the one that's going to be more worn. This one's almost done. Oops. Okay, so I did the gunmetal gray, which gives a primer look on all the edges. So you got a little bit of dirt, you got some metal that's scraped, and you've got the primer that's showing on the edges. Now what we're going to do is do silver over that metal gray to show the metal that the helmet would have been made out of shining past all the primer and all that. So basically we're getting to the bottom coat. We're going to do that on this helmet and only a little bit to this helmet. Okay, so it's done being painted. Oh, that's ugly right there. I'll have to clean that up.
It has bad eyeliner.
Yeah, probably from you.
Dad!
So all the high points
from you!
are metallic. Yeah, because I wear eyeliner.
Like from freshman year me.
Hoping I can get a little bit of a glare so you can see the reflection because it's pretty shiny now. Like all the high points.
Did you put highlighter on it?
I totally put highlighter on it. So my youngest daughter, Savannah.
How you doing?
My oldest daughter, Natalie. And my baby. And here's the one that Savannah helped do. Just a real light metallic across the top.
Because I'm beautiful. I'm fabulous.
Because you're fabulous. So this is how this one looks now.
If only they saw me with eyeliner.
Yeah, no one's gonna see you with eyeliner.
A lot of people already do.
And this is this one now. I can't. Oh well. Battery's dead. Alright. And that's all she wrote.